Hare Krishna everyone. Hope you had a lovely day. Welcome to Soma Vedic Astrology channel. Today we will discuss about the placement sixth lord in the sixth house. What do you mean by the lord of the house in Vedic astrology? Now each planet has got a responsibility of handling either one or two houses. So this planets become the lord of those houses. Now look at this table to see which planet is the lord of which zodiac sign. So if you see this table, Mars is the lord of two zodiac signs, which is Aries and Scorpio. Venus is the lord of two zodiac signs, Taurus and Libra. So in this way, each of the planet has gotten a department to handle either one or two zodiac signs. Now let us try to understand that with an example. Now for example, if in your chart third lord is in the fourth house, so how you conclude whether third lord is in fourth house? So if you see, this is the first house where 12 is written, this is the second house where 1 is written, and this is the third house where 2 is written. Now what is 2? If we have a look at the table, then 2 is nothing but the Taurus zodiac sign. And who is the lord of Taurus zodiac sign? It is Venus. Okay, so what you will say then, lord of the third house is Venus. Okay, because it is the lord of the Taurus zodiac sign. And but where is Venus placed? Now Venus is placed in the fourth house of the birth chart. So this is how you will conclude that third lord is in the fourth house. So today we will check the placement sixth lord in the sixth house. But before that, I have already made detailed videos on what all things can we see from the sixth house. Please go and check that out before proceeding with this video. Also, a small disclaimer. Please note that this is a general prediction depending only on the placement of lords in a specific house. Accurate results will only come after considering the zodiac sign, planets, dignity of the planets, retrogression, combustion, aspects, nakshatra, ascendant, shardbal, conjunction, and your running time period, which is Mahadasha, Antardasha, etc. Now, sixth house is part of the Artha Trikon. The Artha Trikon in any chart deals with earning money, managing money, saving money so that one can live in this material existence of life. So, when the sixth lord of Artha Lord is sitting in its own house, it is purely a money oriented placement. Okay, during this time period, you will be focused on increasing your status by earning more money. Now, sixth house is also an Upachya house. So, Upachya houses are those houses in the chart wherein things are not that great at the initial stages of life, but as and when you grow ahead in life, when you move ahead, when you understand and learn from both the positive as well as the negative experiences of life, you become wise and mature is when things starts to improve with time. So, Upachya houses, things improves with time. Okay, after you gain experiences from all the events that happen with respect to that house. Apart from being an Upacha house, sixth house is also a Dusthana house. Now Dusthana houses are not so comfortable house because it has certain negative experiences attached to it which nobody likes to experience in their lifetime, right? So when we talk specifically about the sixth house, it deals with events such as a debt trap on your head, dealing with enemies, dealing with fierce competition, health issues. Okay, weak mental and physical health. So all these things, poverty, robbery, theft, all these kind of events is attached to the sixth house. Now, when sixth lord is sitting in its own house, which is sixth house, it is considered as Harsha Viparit Raj Yoga. Viparit Raj Yoga means gaining from a difficult or an unfortunate or unlucky situation where you think that, oh my god, what a tragedy has hit on me. But then, when you progress ahead, then you kind of think that, oh my god, that was the best thing that happened to me, right? So that is kind of a Viparit Raj Yoga, where a person kind of gains in one way or the other from a seemingly difficult situation. This specifically is called as the Harsha Viparit Raj Yoga. Now, Harsha means state of happiness. It is a state of mind where one feels the pure bliss, where one feels happiness, and where one feels joy. When do you feel the most joy? When you will understand what true happiness is, when there is a lack of it, right? If there is a phase in life where you are just hit by bad events after bad events after bad event, and then you get a small ray of hope where you feel happy, is when you will feel the truest form and the of happiness, and you'll value that happiness much more. Okay, unlike another situation where everything is happening rosy and fancy to you, then you will not feel uh, the true value of happiness, right? So the state of happiness where you feel the value of it is what we can see from this, because otherwise it might sound very ironical, right? Dusthana related negative situations and happiness getting linked to each other, isn't it? Now, when we talk about this placement, we can see certain examples. Again, it's just generic examples that I'm discussing here, just so that we can understand this placement in a better manner. So as we discussed, Viparit Raj Yoga is basically gaining from difficult situations, gaining from events of losses, from struggles, and from adversities. This is the gist of this placement. Being successful after a period of struggle. So, example, you can see entrepreneurship, right? Where the person in the initial stages of life has no resources, is fighting his in his or her own inner battles. Oh, that whether the the initiative that I've started, whether it will be successful or not. He or she is also fighting an external battle where everybody is telling them, oh, you cannot do this, you might fail at this, okay, this is wrong, that is wrong. So this person, when at the start of the entrepreneurship journey, is experiencing at least 5 to 6 battles that person is fighting, right? And then depending on how much efforts, hard work, and a little bit of luck, right, combination of all this, let's say if this person's business gets successful, then the same people will come and tell that, oh yeah, we already knew that was the right thing to do, right? So we have seen these kind of things play out time and again. So this is kind of examples where we can see that there initially there is a period of struggle, but at the end of the time, that phase of difficult time, there is a ray of hope, there is a seemingly better reward. So benefiting from seemingly challenging situations is what we can see from this placement. Sixth lord in the sixth house gives you a power of being fearless. Right now it could be very underrated, right? Because the if you have the ability to take a powerful decision when everybody other people are being fearful, you have already won, isn't it? Because you are able to take a seemingly tough decision while others are being fearful. So this is a strength that one gets from this placement. You have the courage to deal with challenging times, to deal with workplace stress, to fight your battles, and to overcome bad habits as well. So this is a very strong placement to have, right? Because sixth lord is a lot of obstacles. I guess the subscribers who are there might already know after seeing so many of my videos. But and sixth lord is basically will be there in at least any of the one house, right? But for you it is in your house itself, right, in the sixth house. So it is a seemingly a better placement to have compared to other placements, of course. Now sixth lord in the sixth house, right? There are certain other examples which we can see, right? For first here we can see is being extremely frugal to smoothly navigate the troubling times. Now this might not this might be something which people might not understand in a booming economy, but when that recession hits or when a slowdown comes, people who have good saving habit, people who know how to save money via being extremely frugal in anticipation of something bad might happen, is already winning, right? Because they know they have that expectation that something might go wrong, so let me save a little bit right now so that will be beneficial for me in the future, right? So these are just some examples which we can see from this placement. Now sixth lord is also the lord of loans. So now here, because it is a dusthana placement, you can only be debt free, you can come out of a debt, you can pay off your loan when you have a loan on your head, right? So obviously events such as taking a loan for some reason, let's say if it is sixth lord is also the fourth lord, then you might be taking a loan for your home. If it is a fifth lord, you might take loan for your education. So some form of loan, depending on again what the chart is, you might take during this time period, and then you put in a lot of effort, sacrifices to pay off every monthly EMI. You cut corners so that you can are able to become debt free. So this is kind of a theme which can also be seen playing out in this time period. If anybody has some addictions, bad habits, so this is a time period where you can also try to gather up that courage and bravery to be able to become addiction free, or to get rid of the bad habits, to go to some rehab center so that you can work on your well-being. Escaping near death situations and critical illnesses can also be seen from this placement, because sixth house also shows diseases, so you can escape that only when you are first experiencing it, right? So you might get some disease, but then you will also are blessed with a strong immunity and courage and bravery to fight off the disease that you get, to fight off a tough situation that you get. So dusthana element is going to be there for sure, because that is what this placement is about, right? The reward is at the end. You have to go through that phase of tough situation in the initial phases, only then you are going to get a reward at the end. That is the gist of this placement. Now other examples could be outpacing your competitors. You're not will be outpacing your competitors with this placement because you're talented, but you are outpacing them because you have a strict discipline, strict routine, and because you are consistent. We all know that consistency is the king at the end of the right? There are so many talented people out there, but if they are not being consistent enough, if they are not uh, being true and putting out whatever their work is, they are not going to win despite having an exceptional talent. But a seemingly average person who is more consistent is has more chance of success in the long run. Now why is it for strict discipline and consistency is becoming a winner here? Because sixth house represents strong routines, strict structures, strict discipline, and being consistent. So that is why consistency here can give rewards in the long run. Now apart from this, sixth house is also the house which can give legal troubles, but then because sixth lord is in the sixth house, it can also give you a saving grace by giving you a help from some good lawyer for your legal issues. As we discussed, sixth house represents diseases, so you might get a saving grace because it is sitting in its own house, by getting help of some good doctor which can expedite your recovery process. For loans, if you are unable to get some loan, you might get some last minute assistance so that you are able to secure loan for whatever work that you want to do. So these are some examples which we can see from this placement. Now sixth lord is a lord of routine. So with this placement, because sixth lord is sitting in its own house, one has a strong discipline and work ethic and a strict routine. And if you don't have, then start working on it, because this placement, even if sixth lord is considered generally bad, if you are able to maintain a strict discipline, you are already a winner, right? With this placement, sixth lord is a lord of obstacles. So here with this placement, like, everybody faces obstacles in life, be it a rich person or a poor. There is nobody who is escaping struggles and obstacles in life, because sixth lord will be there in everybody's chart, right? So here with this placement, though, you are somebody who is not afraid to face the obstacles head on. You will overcome it. You know it already that a phase of struggle is bound to come, and you are ready to face it. You are not somebody who is afraid to battle or to go to a war with your enemies and your competitors. Sixth lord is also the lord of physical well-being. So with this placement, usually one gets a good physical and mental strength unless it is afflicted. But again, even if it is afflicted, try to maintain or do some form of routine which involves working on your physical body and for your mental well-being with this placement. Sixth lord is a lord which shows maternal uncle. So this becomes a very strong placement for your maternal uncle, because it's in its own house. So your maternal uncle might be quite well to do in his life. Now sixth lord represents routine and repetition. Okay, so usually the chores, the repetitive activities, which is you generally considered seemingly boring by a mass audience because there is no thrill in it, but when you put that consistency in those repetitive actions, is when you will be becoming perfect in your craft, in your work, in whatever things that you are aspiring for. So this is a good placement for repetitive kind of a process oriented jobs, anything which requires consistent daily hard work to excel in that kind of a work or craft. Sixth lord shows arguments and debates, right? Because it is a natural house of Virgo zodiac sign. So this is a good placement for participating in debate competitions, to hone your articulation abilities, to be a good critic, right? So you might have seen various Instagram accounts where people critic different kind of things, right? So that kind of an example we can see from this placement. Another example is also making money via the debate segments which is present in the newsroom, right? In the news channels, if you see, there is a special debate related segments which is there, and people earn money from it because this debate segments gets a huge TRP. So these are a few examples which we can see from this placement. Now sixth lord also shows arguments and debates. So as we already discussed, the gist here is to make money from fights. Okay, fights could be a physical fight, verbal fight, mental fight. Physical fight could be literal fight like boxing, fighting, or it could be a competitive sport kind of a fight like cricket, football, any kind of sports. It could be a verbal fight like debates, being a critic. Mental fight, as in, you can take example of chess where you are actually fighting, but it is more of a mental fight, right? So any kind of fights you can make money from that with this placement. Now a silly example of it could be setting up a food stall. Let's say second lord and sixth lord is in the sixth house, where second lord also represents food, right? So setting up a food stall to cater to the bystanders crowds where two persons are physically fighting, right? Just making money with other two people fighting. So this is just a silly example of this placement. Now sixth lord also represents one's enemies. So with this placement, uh, definitely you are going to have lot of enemies. But guys, which successful person doesn't have enemies, right? You should consider yourself successful the day you understand that you have many enemies. Enemies won't be there for people whom the other people don't see them as a threat, right? So if you have enemies, it means you're already doing well in your life. um but apart from that, sixth lord also shows your maternal uncle. So with this placement, there is also a possibility of animosity with one's maternal uncle or with the maternal side of the family. Now sixth lord is also the lord of healing. So this is also a good placement. If some person gets diseases, then one also has the good ability to heal, to recover and gain that immunity back, and to recover from the diseases. Sixth lord also shows loans. So with this placement, one can take advantage of loans to progress monetarily. So right, for example, it's also the fourth lord, then could mean taking loan for purchasing real estate and making an asset for yourself. But again, don't go too much overboard with the loans. Take based on your risk appetite. Sixth lord is also the lord of injuries, okay, physical injuries mostly. So if it is afflicted, then there is a possibility of physical injury, which is kind of definitely a byproduct of any form of physical fight or sports, isn't it? Now sixth lord also shows conflicts. So with this placement, one thing is for sure, that you will have to deal with major conflicts throughout lifetime, and the results will be more pronounced when this dasha period will get activated. But you also have the courage to overcome or to deal with all these conflicts. Sixth lord is a lord of competition. So this placement, one might face intense competition throughout life. Sixth lord is also the lord which shows colleagues and servants, tenants. So themes of situations or events related to tenants, servants, colleagues could be there. But again, we cannot say what exactly, because depending on what sixth lord is, so conjunctions, aspects, we have to see all the things to drill down on it further. Now sixth lord is a lord of service, being at service to the mankind, to other people. So this is a good placement to be in any kind of service oriented jobs, any kind of routine jobs, to be a doctor, nurse, pharmacist, into military, into sports, lawyer, working for the weaker sections of the society, or working in the loan departments of the bank. Now again, to drill down on what exactly is best, we have to see what sixth lord, which planet the sixth lord is, and the overall chart. Now sixth lord sitting in the sixth house is giving its seventh aspect on the 12th house of foreign lands, losses, expenses. So themes related to getting some huge expense or loss, let's say like a hospitalization cost, or going to a foreign land, because sixth lord of service is seeing the 12th house of foreign land. So let's say some service job in a foreign land. So some of these themes might play out, especially when this dasha period gets activated. I will in future make separate videos with different type of planets as the sixth lord and the sixth house. If you have this placement in your chart, please do mention your experiences in the comments section. I hope you guys must have liked the video. Please do not forget to subscribe the channel. Also please do let me know in the comments section below what more videos would you like to see. Thank you.